Yes.
Great. And we got that fixed, right?
I'm gonna fix it.
Great.
My computer wasn't working.
Yeah, I know, but
It's 20,
but why though?
15 years ago or so. It's just a flyer. You know, how
Yeah.
that goes. Things don't get updated. But you're much better.
I'm feeling coming along. I had my post op.
Hi, Eddie. Oh,
I have another post op.
No, a long time no see.
A couple of weeks, maybe a week or so.
but still. But are you off of work while all this is going on?
Now we're back last week.
Trustee, great to see you.
Are you?
Doing well?
Likewise, yes, hanging in there, hanging in there. Thanks
Yeah,
for bringing my
yeah,
packet, or whoever brought my packet.
Gloria did.
Gloria brought them all in.
Thank you, Gloria. Oh, this chair is awfully high this evening. Good evening. How is everyone?
Dum, da, da, dum.
I sound awful, but no worries. I'm not contagious.
You have allergies?
Well, it's a combination. I've got allergies, sinus infection, then got sick.
Go put this back because she's not.
So I just finished my antibiotics yesterday. So it's been a while. I mean, since I started them and been sick.
Right.
Just don't know what I'm fighting.
At least you didn't get COVID. It's going around.
Well, and I was worried when I went to the doctor last week. I went right away because we've had strep at the detention center.
Really?
So the lieutenant next to my office, he got it on Thursday of last week. I started getting sick on Monday, Labor Day.
So it's going around the staff?
Yeah, just and then another lieutenant who I work closely with around the corner of my office got it before that. So yeah, we're just sharing the love there. So I got
There's lots of things going around.
You're working on
yeah, so I went and got tested for everything. But it's just my allergies, sinus infection, and
We've got a lot going on, so
I have to go get
she will
my
not be here.
I'm going to see if I can get my COVID. I have a little bit of immunity thing with it.
yeah, I haven't. I only had the one booster, only the 3 shots, but I got the flu in one 2 years ago and the COVID in the other. But I need my flu, but they wouldn't because I was sick. They
Can't give
Yeah.
Did they tell you what I said? Did they tell you what I said? To have you ready for your presentation? No? It's all right.
Are you doing treatment at detention center?
Yeah.
Or just HR?
It's just I'm certified through the Association of Counties as a master trainer as well for them, but I originally was hired to do the HR training. But HR has become such a control.
But you're not part of HR.
No. I used to answer to both the HR director and the detention center director. And then 2013, they changed it to where I just answer to the detention director.
We've been going through crisis at the university in HR.
Oh, really?
They let go of the assistant vice president for HR. And they removed the what used to be employee and labor relations. I think you were in that union, maybe.
Yeah, with Mac Adams as
And they
well.
Right.
removed it under.
I was on top of the kiosk first thing this morning, so like
Doing
Wow.
getting the line set for the
Right now,
so that we can get all the flags and everything else hung. So
Yeah.
yeah, just help the team get it done before we get things going.
Do the HR
Steve Renzo, he was like,
when
Somebody should have got a
they
picture of
said,
that.
right?
we're going to handle And then, so the.
All right, today is Monday, September 9th, 2024. The time is now 6 o'clock in the evening. We are here at the Media Town Hall for the regular scheduled Board of Trustees meeting. First item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll please stand with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next order of business is roll call and determination of a quorum. Gloria, if you would, please.
Mayor Hernandez,
Present.
trustee Cadena,
Present.
trustee Johnson Burr,
Here,
trustee Nevares,
Present.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Great. And Mayor Pro Tem did tell me that she would not be present for this meeting, unfortunately. Are there any changes to the agenda? I can have a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
second.
Moved by trustee Nevadas, seconded by trustee Johnson Burek. And if there's no discussion or changes, the motion will carry as it's been motioned to approve. The agenda has been approved as it's been proposed. Next item is approval of the consent agenda, which includes the Board of Trustee minutes for 8/26/2024.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Johnson Burek, second by trustee Cadena. And there again, if there are not any changes or any further discussion, the consent agenda that includes the meeting minutes for 8/26 will be approved. And one thing that I do want to note, just real quick before we move on, that is from the last meeting, we did have some minutes that needed to have some adjustments on that. The adjustments have not been made to the minutes online, but they will be in the next day because our clerk was out last week to get that taken care of. But if there's no further discussion, then we'll move forward. Any discussion? Motion carries. The approval of the consent agenda that includes the meeting minutes for 8/26 has been approved. Next item on the agenda is a proclamation for International Walk to School Day. And I can read the proclamation, so we'll do that. So the proclamation reads, declaring September 18th, 2024 as International Walk to School Day. Whereas International Walk to School Day is celebrated globally to encourage children and families to embrace walking and bicycling as a way to promote physical activity, reduce traffic congestion, and enhance community connections. And whereas walking and bicycling to school can improve the health and well-being of students, offering them an opportunity to incorporate physical activity into their daily routines, thereby helping to combat childhood obesity and related health issues. And whereas International Walk to School Day provides an opportunity for parents, teachers, and community leaders to work together to create safer routes for walking and bicycling, addressing safety concerns and promoting an active lifestyle. And whereas the town of Mesilla is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all children and recognizes the importance of safe, accessible walking and bicycling routes to school as a priority for the community. And whereas participation in International Walk to School Day encourages a sense of community and shared purpose, fostering relationships among students, families, and neighbors. And whereas the events align with town's goals in promoting sustainable transportation, reducing traffic congestion, and improving air quality, thereby contributing to a healthier, more environmentally friendly community. Now, therefore, I, Russell Hernandez, Mayor of the town of Mesilla, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim September 18th as International Walk to School Day in the town of Mesilla and encourage all citizens to consider the benefits of walking and bicycling, to participate in the events, and to support efforts to create a safer and more accessible routes for our children to travel to and from school. Signed, sealed, and proclaimed this September 9th of 2024. And Ms. Gray, you're here. Did we click it on?
Thank you so much, Mayor Hernandez, members, trustees. There we go. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Mayor Hernandez, and also have the honor of being a Mesilla resident. And my kids are Mesilla Elementary graduates who are now graduating from college. So we've been around for a little while. I wanted to say thank you so much for the proclamation for International Walk to School Day. Mesilla has been doing it since 2007. So I was just trying to use my fingers. I think this is like the 17th walk minus the COVID year. But we're so happy and honored to be here with you guys and continuing on the tradition. Last year, Mesilla Elementary was the school in the school district with the greatest percentage of participation, which is really amazing. I think, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it was like over 200 kids were out there. And so it was a really, really incredible event. 100% of the schools in the school district, the elementary schools, participate in International Walk to School Day, and we're the only school district in the state that does that. So we're really proud to continue this event. The point of International Walk to School Day, as you heard in the proclamation, really it's a community builder. It's just a great time to get everybody out. It's a beautiful morning, and I just invite you all to come and join us. I know Mayor Hernandez is planning on being there. He's already promoted on the flyer. Chief White had said today that he would be out there as well with us with a fire truck, hopefully. So we are really looking forward to a fun and fabulous event. But more than International Walk to School Day, I just want to thank you for your continued efforts in the town of Mesilla to make this a great place to be a pedestrian and a bicyclist. There's just constant improvement around here. It's a beautiful and wonderful place to walk for tourists, for school children, and for us residents. So thank you for all that you do for our community.
Thank you.
That's it.
Mr.
Thank you so much. So just to clarify, we will be walking next week, Wednesday. It's September the 18th, and we're going to meet at the Parque Conmemorativo opposite Chalas at 7:15 in the morning. You'll be on your way to work.
But no walks for middle school students.
The middle school students are supposed to be walking every day. They are invited to come, but we don't have an organized walk because if you've met a middle school student, they don't know.
This is true. This is true. Awesome. No, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next order of business is public input on the cases that will be heard this evening. So if there's any public input on the cases to be heard, if you'll please step to the podium and state your name for the record. Okay, seeing as there is no public input on cases, for action and consideration, new business. First item, approval for PZHAC summary subdivision case 0618892420 Calle de Bodega, submitted by Kevin McGinley.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Johnson Burek, seconded by trustee Nevades. We'll open it up for discussion.
Mr. Mayor, I do have a quick question on this. It went in front of the Board of Adjustments, and I'll need my memory refreshed, Eddie, and Mr. Mayor. Who did we approve to serve on the Board of Adjustments, and when did it come to the board for approval?
The Board of Adjustment members that were at this meeting was trustee Cadenas, one of the residents, resident last name speech, and the other one was Commissioner Gallegos. For boards as far as approvals, I'm not exactly sure what those were. Came to the board for approval.
Yeah, I don't recall them coming to the board for approval.
For the
Board of Adjustments.
for this.
The Board of Adjustments has to be approved.
Right. So the Board of Adjustments was approved with the initial slate at the very beginning of the year when the slate was provided
That's what I'm
with,
asking.
yeah. So that's when we did that back in January, February.
Okay,
That was the the second meeting that we had when all of the full slate was appointed at that point in time.
okay. Because I just didn't recall it coming, but obviously you remember being approved. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Is
Thank you,
there
Eddie.
any other discussion or questions?
No.
No? Seeing as there is none, Gloria, roll call vote, if you would, please.
Trustee Cadena,
Yes.
trustee Johnson Burek,
Yes,
Trustee Nevada,
Yes.
Mayor, the roll call.
Decision case 061889. Next up is approval of PZHAC case 061890 for 2488 Calle de Guadalupe, submitted by Old Town Cafe and Cantina.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Cadena, seconded by trustee Johnson Burek. We'll open it up for discussion. No?
Questions, anybody?
Seeing as there is none, Gloria, if you would roll call vote, please.
Trustee Cadena,
Yes.
Trustee Johnson Burek,
Yes.
Trustee Nevada,
Yes.
Mayor, the roll call. 3 yes.
Great, thank you very much. Next up is approval of PZHAC case 061891 for 2488 Calle de Guadalupe, submitted by Old Town Cafe and Cantina.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Cadena, seconded by trustee Johnson Burek. We'll open it up for discussion, if any.
And you know what I did? I meant to ask, I had reviewed this. Okay, so we're going to have the freestanding sign at the back of the property and 2 on the side. They haven't submitted anything for the front. That was what I was trying to seek clarification on.
These two freestanding signs are on Calle de Guadalupe.
Right.
They are, one's gonna be for the Cantina side section, and the other one's gonna be for the cafe. There's no other signs. You call in the back, meaning the ones.
Yes.
On the Principal?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's no.
Nothing
signs
yet.
that-
Okay.
These two signs, freestanding signs are already previously been there before, but the previous business. they're just-
Right. Okay. Thanks, Eddie. Thank you, Mayor.
Definitely. Any other questions or comments? No? Gloria, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Nevada,
Yes.
Trustee Cadena,
Yes.
Trustee Johnson Burek.
Yes.
Mayor, the roll call. 3 yes.
Great. Thank you very much for approval of PZHAC case 061891 for 2488 Calle de Guadalupe. Next up is public input. This is where the public is invited to give input and address the board as needed. So if you have any input, please step up, state your name for the record. Okay.
Morning, Mayor, Board of Trustees.
I mean-
Just wanted to say something before everybody leaves after executive session to remind members of citizens about Community Connect. That we're getting some good traction there, but I'd love to see more people on it. At some instances where that would have been very helpful to have the information. And also 9/11 is Wednesday. A special day for the Irish Heritage. How many were lost on that day and continue to die from related illnesses that they picked up on the site? So we have some members that are going to be attending memorial ceremonies around the area. Bordeaux, MSU, the one Cruces is on Sunday. So we'll have people all around participating in those events. That was it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Is there any other public input?
Mary Ritchie. Hi, it is Santiago. I wasn't here at the last Board of Trustees meeting, and I know that afterwards you commented about the family day, and I just want to thank the community for the turnout. It was amazing. And those of you that were able to attend, we really enjoyed seeing you there. Thank you so much for participating. And, you know, the Taylor family wants everyone to know that that Reynolds Center and the Taylor Historic Site is for you all and for the community. So please, if you haven't visited, go by the Edric and Daniel and Sage, the Rangers, the customer service gentlemen. They're absolutely wonderful. They'll greet you. They'll talk about history. They'll want to know where you're from, who your family was here in Lucia and is, and that kind of thing. So 10 to 4, Wednesday through Sunday.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Raichi. Is there any other public comment? Okay, seeing as there is none, we'll move forward. Next agenda is closed executive session for discussion of limited personnel matters pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H2 concerning the Public Works Department as well as the Fire Department. If I can have a motion to
So moved.
Second.
moved by trustee Nevada, seconded by trustee Cadena. And if there is no discussion or objection, this meeting will be paused and we'll be entering into executive closed session. And the time is now 6:16 and we will be entering into executive closed session.
Who's gonna do that? Is it happening? What if there's a way to fight in this round? And it is that. We can't really move So what was it, can't take the held it at my house. Do it and hire the job. We can't. There. Yeah. The other day, we did it to have it there. And that. Well, we have to check. It's not exactly. The thing is, and then we had to have. But if it's all. The other thing is that we said that we were gonna like traffic. Right. Can't they go to that road? Can't they go to the state and to the? Well, that's what I think. So don't be. There's a lot of really around it. It's like I'm serious. I can do this. Well, and I got there. Until I asked them. Yeah, I do. I have one. I said she's waiting for her against it. And she probably would be able to. But she would. But it's just hard work. But she would probably. If I can make sure she's a chair. But the other thing is I'm gone next week. So I are on, and you guys are on, it has to be resolved or something. That's why I said 24 hours to talk about it. So you going out after this? Good. That's who wanted to. Crystal, do you have something else?
Right now, I will, but that's basically the contract for the second, okay, like I got that.
Yeah. Okay, just testing.
Okay, yeah.
Next week, but I'll be back.
So,
Wait, what was getting in?
yeah, a little bit. Once we get that sorted out.
Good.
But I said I'm the Uber driver's organization.
Good. I'm ready.
Because I used to be a 911 dispatcher, so in my life, in Arizona. So I know all the codes and that. And I was the EMT too, so I kind of.
Because I carry this.
Because of the story, I understand. Facebook. Hey, is Trina here? She's here. Which Facebook is the recording on?
There's some folks asking, and I don't know where
Is it Russell's? Russell.
Okay.
Mayor, the mayor, page.
Okay, thank you. I'm always here in person, so I don't know.
I didn't ever watch
Oh, you just found it.
You found it, is it the mayor?
Yeah. Oh, it's on YouTube.
Oh. Executive decision. I don't like what you. For what? If we move it to operation. Yes.
So many people want, they're going over to
Yeah, also, more important, actually more important, winery. Yeah, yes, like that. Oh, there was a
So.
You go to the salary summit. So would you come probably? Yeah. That's it. Well, if we get, I want. You want to ask?
I mean, a bit of a general, depending on.
I have to ask quick, because there's some settings they were.
But I don't get part of it.
I think so, like the lines, like rocks. Walking
Yeah. But I'm still thinking. Yeah, so the skills is you're putting out, doing it. That's wrong. You can still change. I want you to know it's not.
He's available, but he said the biggest thing is part of the desert.
Well, he's the second biggest.
Yeah. So we did.
Yeah.
But what we did say, but what we did say. I stunned, so
Really making it great. I figured. It's very hard for us to see no. This is a paper. Area to see the study. She never did that. It is dry. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Mostly.
So you can have it all go and that's the reason I think that's.
Well, it's not very much.
All right, the time is 6:36. We are returning from closed executive session with only those items listed for discussion of limited personnel matters pursuant to NMSA 1978 concerning the Public Works Department as well as the Fire Department were discussed. If I can have a motion to exit executive closed session to re-enter the new or the regularly scheduled meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Mutatis, seconded by trustee Cadena. And if there is no discussion or objection, we will be entering back into our regularly scheduled meeting. The time is now 6:36 in the evening. We are entering back into our regularly scheduled meeting. On the agenda, we do have approval of actions that are arising from the result of discussions in closed sessions. The first would be for an open position that we do have in the Public Works Department. I'd like to make a recommendation for Mr. Manuel Clark to be joining our Public Works Department contingent upon the completion of a background check being completed the way that it needs to. If I can have a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by trustee Johnson Burek, seconded by trustee Cadena. I'll open it up for discussion. Benny. Seeing as there is none, Gloria, roll call vote, if you will, please.
Trustee Cadena,
Yes.
trustee Nevares,
Yes.
trustee Johnson Burek,
Yes.
Mayor, the roll call 3 yes.
Great. Thank you very much for the approval of Manny Clark, or Manuel Clark, I'm sorry, to be joining our Public Works Department. The next job that I have open for approval is for an open position within the Fire Department. That's for our fire captain. For this position, I'd like to make the recommendation for Mr. Cole Morris to be joining us as the fire captain. Can have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Cadena, seconded by trustee Johnson Burek. I will open it up for discussion. On this one, I do want to note, as we were going through the budget process at the beginning of the year, this position is funded through the STEP funding through the state, and that funding has been allocated by the state, so and received. So that's why we would like to move forward with this request. Is there any other questions? Seeing as there is none, Gloria, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Johnson Burek,
Yes.
trustee Nevares,
Yes.
trustee Cadena,
Yes.
Mayor, the roll call 3 yes.
Thank you very much for approval of the fire captain position in the fire department. I appreciate that. And I know fire chief is probably jumping up for joy over there. Not yet. We got to get Cole on first. No offense. Sorry, chief. Next up, we have Board of Trustee Committee reports. Trustee Nevares.
I don't have anything.
Trustee Johnson Burek.
Just the MPL meeting this Wednesday, 1 p.m. at the City Council chambers.
Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Trustee Cadena.
No
No.
reports.
Okay. And committee reports that I have is our Taylor meeting has, sorry, I'm losing the name of that committee now. Friends of the Monument has been moved to October rather than having it this month. And we've had a bunch of ad hoc meetings going on for arts and culture. We started up and we've actually had 2 of those meetings and planning and going over a good kind of tile or an agenda, if you will, and a little bit of direction from that committee. So thank you for those that are helping out with that. We still do have the ad hoc as well that's going on for STR, which I'm sure Eddie will be giving an update on. And then we did have a lodger's tax meeting as well for a little direction on that and move forward on that. So we do have, that's all of the committee reports there. Next up is Board of Trustee and staff comments. Police Department, you're up. Let's go. Sergeant.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Secretary Hernandez. So we have been working on a warrant roundup in the areas of Calle de San Albino, Calle de Guadalupe, and Calle Principal. I'm sure you guys have seen high police presence in that area. So, we do ask that if you see a vehicle that you're not sure of, it could be an unmarked unit, so, please don't approach it, don't approach us while we're there. If you have any questions, please call dispatch, which is the non-emergency number. It's 575-526-0795, and, we'll give you a call, we'll address any concerns that they have. Our codes, and ACO Officer Garcia, he's been enforcing a lot of the codes violations that were brought up last month, and also animal control violations, and has picked up, animals in the area, and has, summoned people into court, so just be patient with us. Once they are summoned into court, they get cited, they still have to go through the court process in order to enforce any of the violations. We are working alongside partner agencies such as Doña Ana County Sheriff, State Police, U.S. Marshals, and Adult Probation and Parole, along with that warrant roundup. And we do have our new school resource officers, which is Deputy Lopez. She does come from working state police and MSU. She has 29 years of law enforcement experience, so we're very lucky to have her. And Deputy Wilson, who will start with us. I am training him currently, and once he's complete with the lateral academy in Santa Fe, he will start on his own. He comes from state police with 17 years of law enforcement experience. These deputies who we are able to bring on board, due to us adding on our deputy 3 position, does bring many years of law enforcement experience for our department, and we're thankful that that position was able to be opened up.
Thank you, Sergeant. Any questions for?
Sorry, I've coughed up,
Cough drop.
but I do appreciate, I'm not going to go into extensive detail, but what occurred on September 3rd, I believe, on the Calle de San Albino, all that happened and went down. So that was greatly appreciated from the entire neighborhood. So I'll leave it at that. So thank everybody that was involved.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Trustee. So we do, and go along with that, with everyone was safe, and nothing, no injuries, nothing like that from that, and we were able to successfully complete our operation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Fire Chief.
Mayor, trustees, thank you for approving that position. I thought I meant to, now I can speak because I'm not worried. We, again, Community Connect, had a couple of calls recently that we've had that information. It would have been a benefit to help expedite things. So it's a really good resource. Once I explained it to some of the family members that were there, they were, I guess they were surprised that they hadn't heard about it, so I need to figure out another way to get it on the town website, the flyers here, maybe the community center, just to try and get that information out. Not everybody's seeing it on the Facebook posts, but that's a good thing. And then just if new fire goes in, it's going to make a big improvement on how we deal with fires. The hose is a little bit smaller in diameter, still deliver the same water. It's lighter and doesn't beat up the firefighters so much. So long term, it's better for our backs. And short term, we can do more. So you'll see them playing with the hose because it is. Other than that, and my election's going to be up on Wednesday, so just keep all those people are still dealing with the illnesses they picked up in your parts. Thank you.
Chief.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, I had a follow-up question on the Community Connect. Do you have a number as to how many people are? Okay, so that's a good improvement. All right. You mentioned about getting the word out. I don't know if you would consider connecting with the Adelante, the senior programs, see if they would have provide information, because they would benefit from being part of that. So I don't know if you've done that or you consider would do that.
No, I hadn't even thought of them. We thought of putting it with a utility bill that we don't have envelopes.
Yes. But there's people that go every day to those, and the home deliveries, that could be done with the home deliveries too, so. Yes, that's why I said the home delivery, yeah, the meals, yeah. So anyway, I just had that thought about, trying to get the word out. All right, thank you.
Tim, before you run off. Thank you, Chief. Public Works.
Mayor, trustees, I also want to thank you for approving another member to join the team. Greatly appreciate it. One more to go. Just a couple of project updates that I have. The shelters are about 90% done. We're just waiting so that way we can go in there, put in our benches, and open it to the park goers. Second, the other one is, as we have spoken before, NMDOT is supposed to come in and do resurfacing and repaving of the Avenida Mesilla from Stern all the way to a little bit past San Pablo, which was supposed to start on the 17th, but got pushed back to the 29th now. So yeah, it's been the second time that they pushed back. I've been in communication with Terry that's from the NMDOT, and she's the one giving us updates. So we'll update here also, so that way the emergency personnel is aware also too of when they will be starting it. There'll be closures. And then as far as the other projects that we have on hold, we're just waiting on the construction company to give us a thumbs up so we can start those projects.
Yeah.
On the resurfacing of the street, it's going to necessitate lane closures, and is it?
No, it's not going to affect. It's actually not going to affect the daytime because they're going to be working overnight.
Okay, so that because
be from 9 p.m. all the way through the morning hours, so it won't affect the daytime.
Yeah, because heavy usage in the morning, and in the
Yeah,
five.
that's why they plan to do the night work.
Yeah, so
it doesn't affect.
so yeah,
the area.
that answers my question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Community development.
Mayor, trustees, good evening again. I've been getting a lot of calls about the construction yard in front of Shorty's. Just want to announce that there's not a church going up or any other structures that people probably asking about. It is been the construction yard for the project on University. Mexico DOT has signed an agreement with the property owners on the duration of the project. And specifically, they have equipment delivered to an actual address, and we'll be taking it from there. Okay. Also on New Mexico, on that topic, New Mexico DOT, I believe I told you that email mayor today. Next week, on Thursday, the 24th, I believe, 26th, they will be having a meeting regarding that project. I'm not exactly sure if we have time to do that, but I plan on being there just to kind of release some information back to the board and anybody, so that way, in case there's any questions, I might be able to answer some of those. At least direct them to somebody that might be able to. Carlsbad next week, no, not next week.
This week.
Wednesday, I'm excited to go, Carlsbad. I think the training is going to be more towards code enforcement, drive things, so I think it's going to be beneficial for a lot of the commissioners. I think we're going to have the largest group of commissioners going, so I'm excited about that. I think there's 5 of them. So I'm excited for them to go together and collaborate with the rest of the municipalities and learn specifically to bring some of those questions or answers back. As you can see, next week is what I was planning. We do have an economic conference here in Las Cruces. Also plan on attending that. That's obviously more towards business story, right? How to improve, I guess, municipalities, business, how planning, those kind of things. So I'm excited also. Maybe my first one here to see us, so excited to see it. That's gonna be here in Cruces, so, again, it's just gonna be, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so I won't be in the office, but I'll be checking my emails and phone calls in between. Ad hoc committee, we have one more meeting scheduled, which is tomorrow. We got our ordinance, somewhat put together. I think we discussed smaller things, not smaller, so last minute things. Our ad hoc committee is pretty diverse, which is what we wanted, right, from the community. We're struggling somewhat to meet normal ground on some of these topics, but I think overall we're going to put together something that's best for the community and be ready to propose it at best first Monday of October, and at the latest the second Monday, the third Monday of October. Hopefully, I'll have a ordinance put together for the P&Z to review and then move forward from there. Stand by for any questions.
And the conference next week is for outdoor rec. So outdoor recreation. That'll be a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
You said it.
I know. That's why I was like, it's for
The one
outdoor
here-
recreation.
wait, the one here in town.
Yes.
It's outdoor recreation.
Correct. The one here in town is.
Learning about that.
Yeah. It's outdoor recreation. It's for economic development,
Oh, that's.
for concerning outdoor recreation. So trails, infrastructure, whatever deals with outdoor rec. So like how to promote, like how they do on Oregon Mountain Desert Peaks, how to promote that within your community, so on and so forth. So
It's going to be interesting.
yeah, they have a bunch of breakout sessions.
Very good. Talking about revenue, not only for the businesses, but also obviously for the towns to continue to move away their services.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Finance.
Just letting you know that we will be having the auditors on site in a couple of weeks, so we're just getting all our reports and everything prepared for them. And we're still keeping up on the projects and getting our reimbursements. And I've been out, so I'm kind of lost. So, but we're keeping busy.
I think on the finance side too, to note is it when Gloria talks about projects as well, is that we do have some other project funding that was from previous the public safety building. That one's underway here pretty quickly and getting that done. And then there was another one through the JAG grant specifically for updates in security to the public and all of the LGRF, TPF, and wastewater funding and all the grants that we have for the Calle that are kind of coming together to make the Calle de Picacho and Calle de Santiago project happen. There's also another sub-grant that's in there for more work to be done on Santiago going from Picacho all the way to Oeste. So that'll be included and getting underway with all of that whole crisscross being worked on in that project, as Lorenzo mentioned earlier. Utilities have already moved their stuff around. So just updates on a little bit more on some of the grant stuff there.
We're closing out grants that need to be closed out.
Yeah, I think we have 2 that we need to get done and get taken care of by the end of the year, end of the
Fiscal year?
No.
That's next year.
end of a calendar year. Yeah, by December. So we're on track to get those taken care of, which is great. Okay, thank you, Trustee Nevares.
I don't have anything.
I will be out of town this weekend for the 3rd weekend in a row. So unfortunately, I will miss the fiesta in the festivities this weekend. So just wanted to let everybody know. Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Gonna be a crazy party.
Carry that banner and for us. That's all I have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Trustee Cadena.
Okay, well, I'm assuming Dorothy's not here because she's getting stuff ready for the fiesta. That's always a big job. I don't have any then how that's going and if everything's underway with that.
I think the planning is going great, and we're there because it starts this weekend. So
Yeah.
I can speak for Dorothy. I will say I was on top of the kiosco this morning, running lines. You know, Lorenzo was holding the ladder while I was up on top of that thing, getting things ready so that we can run the flags and banners. But we do have that's the last thing I need, right?
Yeah.
That's what I almost felt like calling the fire department to come get me off there for a minute. But we do have a department head meeting tomorrow to just hash out all the final planning between all the interdepartmental stuff going on there. So, and Sergeant, you did have something, so because I saw.
I apologize, I did forget about the fiesta. We do have mounted patrol scheduled to be working there. The reserves, our interns always come out, and also all our deputies are mandated to work the 14th and 15th. So we will be out there for the fiesta.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. And we do have, there'll be extra going from the very start, from the very beginning, from when the parade starts and closing down everything all the way through. So Dorothy's been very thorough with that and working with Marshall and getting that all set. So I'm planning that part out. And I think, Fire Chief, you have some people helping out too, don't you?
For the parade.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
And it looks like there's a lot of interest.
Yeah, I think the last I spoke with Dorothy, we have over 30 float entries,
Wow.
which is great. So it'll be
Wow.
fun.
That's
And that, as it was mentioned in the last meeting, La Posta is doing a big celebration as well for their 85th anniversary celebration. So it'll be kind of fun on that. Other things that I have, I did have a coffee talk conversation with the community a couple weekends ago on the 31st, I think, or the 1st, I can't remember, at the community center. Good turnout. We had a little over a dozen people that showed up there, and just opening it up, good conversations in general, and I think that was good. And I'm going to continually do more of those. So hopefully, and I'll open it up to all the departments if they want to come and participate, as well as the trustees, just to have an open conversation. My plan is to hopefully do it every other month at very minimum. I do have a coffee talk tomorrow as well that will be held at La Posta at 9 a.m. That is in conjunction with the Las Cruces mayor. We do a coffee talk once a quarter that rotates between Las Cruces and Mesilla, just to talk about what's happening in our communities, as well as answer any questions or concerns and address concerns that our constituents may have. So it opens that up. But some great ideas and great conversations on that Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago. So thank you to those residents that did come out to do that. One of the things that did come up on that was a little more discussion and showing, even though we do an approval of our capital project listing that we do through the process here, but to actually add that to the website and have that available so that that's always accessible, and we can always see that in the constituency base, and residents can always see that list of capital projects that are in the kind of ideas and flowing, and then of course marking those that are currently being funded and moving forward in current projects. So we will be doing that and adding that, and I'll get the Community Connect added to that. We do have the My Mesilla app will be going live. Our goal is to have that ready for the constituent base and our residents, I should say, ready by our first meeting in October. By our next meeting, the goal is to have that's available for the trustees to download, as well as all the departments and department heads. That way we can iron out any kinks before we actually launch it fully to the public and have that there and answer questions. So there was and last thing on there is that there was a Parks and Recreation grant that opened up at the beginning of August and closed at the end of August. There was $7.2 million that was allotted through the state through a redirection of funding to focus on parks and recreation. And when we jumped on that just to find out more information, they said just jump, or if you have an project on your ICIP or your capital list, the recommendation is, because that's already gone through the process and it's already had the initial, is just to submit that. So that's exactly what I did in that. So I did submit for the playground equipment and some an actual park shade to go in at the town hall park, or the park that's right there by the public safety building. So that would put more playground equipment within our community if that does get approved. So hopefully their goal with that was to try to get that money awarded and allocated by the end of this month. So hopefully we'll get that. We'll find out soon if we do get awarded that money. So kind of exciting. More stuff that we can do. So good stuff there. Just as Gloria says, cha-ching, cha-ching. We're working on it. We might try to make things happen. But with that, I don't have anything else. And if there is nothing else, this meeting is, sorry, Fire Chief.
Can't believe I forgot to mention that a little over a week ago, we signed the automatic gate agreement.
Yes.
Oh,
So it's not, I mean, the agreement is there. Now we have to work out all the kinks and everything with dispatch, and everything. It's going to be huge for our ISO, for everybody in the county, because everybody in the county has basically said, we will help each other. If we need help. It's historic. We've never had anything like this here. There's an article in the bulletin sitting out there by the front door. Plus my pictures in there. So, just off my head on screen, so it's not cool. But I completely forgot everything else. But it's probably one of the biggest things that's happened. So thank you all, everybody, for your support and approval of the agreement. Nobody else had any problems with it either. Sorry to interrupt your closing.
No, you're great. Thank you. It's a good reason to do that. Is there anything else? Seeing as there is not anything else, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your time. Run, Eddie, run.